Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Toy Soldiers War Chest. Now keep in mind, I have never played the actual, the arcade game of it, like on the Xbox, like this version of it. I did play the original. I love the original. It was one of my favorite Xbox Live Arcade games. So, this is actually the Steam edition. Now, I do want to warn everybody, the game is capped out at 30 FPS. And there are a couple of, like, port issues here or there that you can just tell, like, where sometimes in the tutorial or in certain skip screens it'll say press on the gamepad. And clearly we aren't using the gamepad, but you can, and honestly, with the way this game is set up, it seems like it would be suggested. So, one thing I do want to show off about this game is you have a multitude of heroes you can choose from, starting with Kaiser Wilhelm and so on. And yeah, basically you unlock them by playing the game, or at least these four you do. Once you get past those four, everything else you pay for. Yeah, that's a shame, right? But each army is unique in its own right, I must say, which is kind of cool. So, like, for example, playing as the Kaiser Wilhelm army, we have an army of World War I era Germans. That's right, and each faction has quite a couple different units that can be used and bought. Is that an AV7? It looks like it. So yeah, there's quite a few things, and there's some unlockables that you can buy as you gain money by playing the campaign. Oh, look, the K-Wagon. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's a boss. Oh, okay. Alright. And then you also, like what Cold War added in, where you can play as heroes, you can play as the hero of your particular faction. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the gameplay, shall we? Keep in mind, there are cutscenes for every mission and so on, and again, you can tell that it's capped at 30 FPS because just how, like, kind of disjointed it moves and whatnot. Which is a shame. It would have been nice if they would have put that up a bit to 60, but whatever. Oh, war. War is a beautiful thing. Sometimes. And sometimes it's a terrible thing. When it's World War I era infantry fighting fucking laser-shooting helicopters, maybe it's not the best thing for said German army. Oh, okay. A lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Alright, can I move now? There we go. Alright. So, first off, you'll notice the camera's a little bit different in this game. You can't zoom down as far, which is kind of a bummer. Like, I liked being able to zoom in pretty close to the troops to see all the details on them. And you can see the clear animation, like, just like how it's very, very like, and they're like sitting there slapping each other. I need to focus on the war. We're fighting a war here! What is this? Put up a Maxim gun, quick! What else am I gonna... I guess I'm just gonna put down a couple Maxim guns. Is anything coming from the right? Okay, good, there's not. Now, of course, in Toy Soldiers-esque fashion, the environment's all relatively destructible. You can control said guns, which does zoom you in. This part, obviously, is a good thing. You get an action meter, which is off to your bottom left there, which is a little blue bar that fills up as you kill things and murder things in cold, vicious blood. Which is a good thing, mind you. And, yeah. It lets you call in, like, perks, like Call of Duty-esque perks that you can use to kill things with by pressing Control. You can summon the Kaiser, the A7V Stamppanzerwagen, or Zeppelin, whichever you prefer. Die, you dirty sci-fi bastards! We don't want you here. This is our land. That's right. Oh, look, one made it through. Nice. One thing that I will say was kind of annoying about this game so far is, like, when you're in the tutorial, you can tell that, like, the resolution on the text is really small. So, like, if you're trying to read, like, what some of the buttons are for the controls, unfortunately you just have to go to the controls menu to look, which is an absolute shame that they couldn't just make the text a little bit bigger for, you know, native 1920 by 1080 monitors. But hey, you know, whatever, not a big deal, not that big of a deal. The game overall is fun. I mean, it's Toy Soldiers. If you've played the other Toy Soldiers games, you're gonna like this one. It's just kind of a natural progression. I could have done without, you know, what, 25? You have $20 to $25 worth of DLC on the first day. I could have done without that. You know, maybe add a bit of it in, since you know, this is not our fault you put it on PC after you put it on console. But whatever. Oh, one made it past the lines. Mow him down. Ooh, that's right. Call me the sniper with this gun. But also, like Toy Soldiers-esque fashion, you can upgrade your guns with various upgrades. For example, let's click here and check out this Maxim gun. Since it's not doing anything anyway, you can give it K bullets, expert loader, sandbags, which, you know, obviously each one of them does something. However, we're just going to give it some K bullets to give it more damage. Now, there's also upgrades that you can get when you're customizing your army that for each unit you can choose to further specialize it into whatever you want it to do. Honestly, it's very interesting how far this game has come compared to like the first one, where it was definitely much simpler. But yeah, it's very interesting. All in all, I don't know. What I've played so far is I definitely suggest it. Now, keep in mind this is mostly an impressions video. I haven't played too far into the game, but what I have played so far, I like. It's fun. It's, you know, it's, if you like the old games, you'll like this one. Because this is exactly the same. Just more of the same, really. More of the same. Just with a couple of upgrades here or there. And, I like it. I like it. This is fun. This is fun. I definitely recommend it. So, this has been Commissar Bro. Just giving a really quick, short look at Toy Soldiers War Chest and my opinions of it so far. You know, if you think this is a game you want, then, you know, don't hesitate to support the developers. Though, yeah, throw some money at them. This is only like $15. And we can hope, and I imagine, that they're probably going to be spending the next week or so ironing out some of these port choices. Like I said, with the capping of 30 FPS, which isn't that big of a deal, but, you know, it's kind of annoying. And, you know, like the resolution of the text and stuff like that. And maybe even polishing up the graphics a bit. I doubt they'll do that one, but you never know. You never know. The game's not terrible looking, mind you, but it's also not, like, revolutionary by any means of the imagination. But then again, it is an Xbox Live Arcade game that's been ported to the PC, so what do you expect? Anyway, this has been Commissar Bro, and I will see you all next time.